I want to go for kind of like a whimsical forest fairy look today. Also, it is freezing right now. The wind has been so strong all day that the house has been shaking all day, and I can't feel my fingers right now because we don't have the heat on. But understandable, heat's expensive. But I also did get some new makeup, which includes the Undergrowth palette from Cosmic Brushes. So I want to go kind of dark forest fairy vibes. Dark words. But yeah, it's also my first day off since Christmas. It's the 30th as I film this. But yeah, for the eyes, I'm going to be going in with the Cosmic Brushes Undergrowth palette. I love the color story of this so much. I love jeans like this, and I know I mentioned it beforehand, but the chartreuse shades are really what I wanted. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of algae and a little mix of lichen on a very fluffy brush, and I'm going to go, oh yeah, that's the stuff. But no, it is December 30th. It is my first real day off since Christmas because, so on Sunday, I got my nails done. It's what I do. Sundays are usually nail appointment days. Sunday was also supposed to be the first day that my manager is back from maternity leave. And I had this conversation with my district manager when she was texting about the schedule. And I had like half the thought of going to the store to see if she was actually there, but I'm like, you know what? It's cold. I hurt immensely. Oh, that's another thing. I'm going to take a little bit of lichen with some of fern just to start building up some depth. But no, I slipped and fell in the train station the other day, so I just kind of hurt right now. So the cold did not help that. And I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to go home. Blah, 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 blah. My district manager texts me a few minutes before 4 o'clock. And like I was literally about to get up and do my makeup. She's like, hey, can you go to the store and just like work for a few hours? I'm like, oh, I'm like, does my manager need to leave early? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, I'm going to send someone to help you. I'm like, why would I need someone to help me? I'm like, girl, I'm I'm fine by myself until 8 o'clock. She's like, oh, it would help you get the store open faster. I'm like, what do you mean, get the store open faster? So she put my manager on the schedule for the 27th, even though my manager's date back was the 28th. I saw my manager yesterday, that's why I know this. And I said that to the district manager too. When she was making the schedule, she's like, oh, can I have you on Monday because it's blah blah blah's first day back. Want to make sure someone's with her in case something happens, and so she can do all of her paperwork and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting because she's on the schedule to open on Sunday. And like she saw my text, she read it because we continued having a conversation. And I said that to my manager. She's like, she doesn't do her job. I'm like, I love her. Like the district manager, I love her. But she apparently doesn't do her job very well. So, haven't had a real day off since Christmas. And again, Christmas doesn't count. And this is my first day off. And yeah. And next I'm going to go in with some of bark and some of nettle because I am doing considerably darker than I would usually do. So I'm going to start to press that in, drag it in a little because I can just blend out with my original brush with the chartreuse shades. But I'm also going to do deeper shimmers than I usually would. I know, I'm also going to use the shimmers in this palette. Because I do like the Cosmic Brushes shimmers, they're usually pretty shifty. They're just not like pop out shimmers like my Terra Moons ones, but that's fine. And I'm going to drag this very carefully under here. Repeat very carefully. But no, I want, obviously since I have this palette, and I love doing chartreuse shadows, but I'm like, I want to do something like a little darker than I usually would. So I'm on a fluffy brush, I'm just going to go in with the lichen shade so I can start to blend out these edges and make sure everything's looking all good. But no, I slipped and fell on the train station on Saturday morning. Yeah, because we got snow Friday night, so Saturday morning everything was slushy and gross, and I went down. The bruise that is on my knee right now is spectacular. Painful as hell, but it's like the most intense bruise I've ever had in my entire life. So, not so fun, not so fresh. So with a little bit of the NYX glitter primer, I'm just gonna go in and prep my lids. I know, wow, who could have guessed? How dare I use the thing for what it's used for? But I have some extra cash now, because I completely forget that my grandfather had switched from checks to cash for like holidays and birthdays. It's only been within the past like 2 or so years. So got $100 for Christmas, which is an upgrade because it used to be $75. But $100 bill. Say less, old man. And then my regular that used to work at the pawn shop down the street came in Christmas Day. And he tipped me a 20, so I went, say less, Larry. I can say his name, he doesn't. So shout out. Shout out. I don't know what shades I want to go in with. I think I'm gonna primarily go in with Undergrowth. And I'm gonna, yeah, look at that. I might go in with a little bit of a lighter shade, like the tiniest bit. I also successfully bullied my way back onto the schedule, because when my district manager originally sent the schedule, I'm like, I'm only working 3 days. I'm like, is this right? She's like, oh, I figured you'd want... She's like, oh, I was going to have you work New Year's Day, but I took you off because I figured you'd want a break. You'd been working so much lately. I'm like, I'm working my usual hours, just outside my usual availability. She's like, you can work if you want, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, you can do Saturday, like a mid-shift with the manager. I'm like, I'm going to ask the manager and see what she prefers. So now I'm opening New Year's Day and my manager's not coming in. Not like in a good she's not coming in, but she has a 4-month-old baby. The least she can do is be home. And then on a little brush, I'm going to take some vegetation because I'm a creature of habit. And I do like a slightly lighter color in the... Actually, I'm going to mix vegetation and I'm going to take a little bit of fireflies. Just because there's a little bit more shift to both of those together. It's one of those like multi-chrome shades. So I'm just going to do a little. Just do a little. Yeah, manager was back yesterday. We did so much cleaning. Like, it was... Like, she's always... Like, that's like her thing. Like, she likes to clean, and since the interim manager was never actually at the store, and I'm the only person that cleans, it was a little gross, I'm not gonna lie. But again, and that's why I said to her, I'm like, I'm just tired of being the only person who ever cleans. And she's like, no, I know. She's like, that's what the other manager was saying, that you're the only one who ever does anything. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I know. But this is gonna be for your eyes. Like I said, I just want something a little dark, a little, not gloomy, but like forest fairy, you know? Woodland fairy, if you will. So, we are going to leave it at this. I'm going to find some lashes, but I will be back in a second. Alright, hi, I'm back. I did procrastinate a little because my mic wouldn't turn on, because I turn it off between filming and putting lashes on, just so it doesn't drain, obviously. I know it's like 5 minutes, but like, still. Would not turn on, like to the point that I was like, do I need to buy another mic? I don't, thank God. So let's move on. But I'm gonna go in with my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops because I love them and they love me, and my skin is a little dry. I have been, oh god, it's downstairs, so I don't even know what it's called. I'll try to remember to put a picture of it. But I had a Paula's Choice package that I hadn't opened or used. But, you know, I was cleaning out stuff the other day and I'm like, oh, found it. It was downstairs. in a, like, compartment. So, it's some hydrating serum, moisture. It's hydrating, that's what matters. It's so thick and milky, it's like in a dropper bottle. Because I'm gonna have to remember to, like, see if I can insert a picture over it, like, as I'm talking. But it is so good. And, like, it's downstairs. Because I've been using it so much. Like, I'd say the past week, because I did my cleaning before Christmas. So it was probably the Tuesday before Christmas, so. But, like, that stuff is fantastic. And so hydrating and, like, thick. And it's something that is perfect for the winter. So, shout out. Also, I won $8 on my Powerball ticket. Which is half of what I spent, but you know. No one won Powerball, so I did reinvest it into another ticket. I don't know if a digital ticket is helping my case or not. I don't know. But I got it. Ooh, it's so cold. It is miserable. I looked before I started doing my makeup, and it feels like 12 degrees. And that was half an hour ago. So who's to say if the temperature dropped down or not? But I'm gonna go in with the Kulfi Double Life Serum Primer, because I do like this combination together. Oh, and turns out that I had talked to my original manager several times since the interim manager started. I'm like, please transfer me. And she's like, oh no, your manager's coming back, blah, blah. I'm like, oh. So, I was talking to her about that yesterday. I'm like, do you know how close I was to transfer? And she's like, yeah. She's like, blah, blah, blah. The district manager was saying that. And she's like, oh, you know, it's bad if, you know, Mia's trying to leave. And she's like, the district manager was like, I feel like you wouldn't come back if Mia left the store. She's like, no. But apparently, my district manager was so desperate for me to stay at my store because I'm fantastic and she has nothing but praise for me all the time. That she was willing to pay me out of her own pocket on top of my usual paycheck to keep me at the store. I'm like, well, if she wants to process me another raise, she's like, believe me, if I could, I would. But alas. But, again, my district manager loves me, adores me, because I'm the only competent person at my location. I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Demi-Glow, no, Demi-Glow is the highlighter. This is the Soft Lit Luminous Foundation. I'm actually gonna go in with a sponge, because I can, and no one's stopping me. I, don't know if you saw it in my, like when I was doing my nail, overlay. I have a lovely bruise on my finger. It looked worse yesterday. Yesterday it was a blood blister. I'm gonna be real here. Because if you work food service or retail or just anywhere that deals with cash, you know that the quickest and easiest way to open a roll of quarters, or just coins in general, mine was quarters specifically, to open a roll of coins is to smack it on the edge of like a counter. So that's what I did yesterday. I was counting at the register and went, oh, I need quarters. Went to the bank, got quarters. I smacked a roll onto the counter. I smacked my finger onto the counter and caught it between the counter and the quarters. And my finger was stiff to the touch yesterday and it was blue, but now it's only just red. It's not, like I said, it's not stiff anymore. That's really what matters because like I couldn't bend my finger much yesterday, which was funny because we were doing a deep clean, so I kind of needed my finger. Oh my god, we did such a deep clean. We were organizing some shelving units. I cleaned the wall behind the stuff on the shelving units. It's also not fun getting up and down that step ladder because, you know, pain from falling. I'm also just gonna go in with a brush just to be sure. And like when I fell in the train station, I landed on my knee. That was disgusting. I know I said it. And I also kind of landed on my ribs. And the chest freezers we have to keep our stock upstairs come to probably like just below my sternum. So I have to like completely lean into the freezer to clean it properly. So that on top of all my rib pain really was not helping my case yesterday, especially because it's a freezer. It's cold. Even if it's unplugged and not, you know, on, it's still a little cold. And I'm going to go in with the Win Beauty by Serena Williams Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer in Extend 45. Also, obviously this is a little late since this happened Christmas-ish time. Sorry, I didn't blend this properly. But Ulta gave me like a last minute coupon. It was 20% off Prestige too, and I was like, ooh. So I was taking all the time, because I was like, ooh, I have a 20% off coupon, I also have a $50 gift card. I'm like, what I can do with this is astounded, and there are so many things on sale. And I could use that, so I was trying to maximize everything. Again, I know this was a little before Christmas, but this is my first time filming since Christmas, so can't exactly. It expired Christmas morning, I think. Yeah, because I was up throughout the night and I was fine with being up to do it. So, you know, I fell asleep a little before 11 with my phone in my hand doing my Ultra card. Woke up a little after 1. I went, ooh, I still have time. Fantastic. I was up for 5 minutes and I passed out. And then the next time I woke up was 20 minutes after the coupon expired at 3:20 a.m. So, I did place an Ultra order though. I don't even remember what I got. But I used my $50 gift card to the point that I paid 14 cents out of pocket after tax. Didn't redeem any rewards or anything. So, ooh, I also did catch that Glossier glitch on the Sephora app the other day. So, they were doing a whole bunch of sale things, obviously for like after Christmas. And one of their body mists was marked down to $1. And it was apparently supposed to be like $17.50, but it was $1. And nobody caught on to it for a few hours. I'm like, even if I don't like it, it's $1. And then they were like, oh, 20% off sale items. Like an additional 20% off. So I paid 84 cents after tax for a full-size body mist. I don't love it. Like, I sprayed it in the air. Because I'm like, I showered last night. I didn't do anything today, so if I just wash my body, do it like a quick little wash, I'll be fine for tomorrow. But I didn't want to spray it on me and then have to like do a deep cleanse body-wise. I didn't love how it smelled in the air, but my nose is being weird right now. Like everything just smells like harsh and like sharp. Like when the cold does its thing, it just doesn't help my nose and my smelling ability. So I'm just gonna give it a day or two and see what's up. And I'm just going back over, just like I usually do. Also, my pimple patch is finally gone. It's funny because I did put one on my brother because he had the nastiest pimple on his forehead. And I'm like, please let me do something. Please. Please. Also, TMI, but my period did start on Christmas morning, which means that if it stays on track, which doubtful because my period's always a little, that means it's going to start the day that I leave for my New York trip. So that's not ideal. Hate it here, not gonna lie. But I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I don't remember what this is called because I want to say, no, that might be the shade. It's the cream, like the stick one. I'm obviously gonna write it down in the caption like I usually do. This is the shade Bright Side. But no, when I fell in the train station, I would like to be known that no one, people were there. No one asked me if I was okay. I'm like, wow. I was carrying an open Monster. I did not spill any of my Monster. I did not break a nail. It was a pre-nail appointment anyways. But I'm just that good. Like, I'm just that good. And I'm just gonna blend this out. Also, I would like to say, and before you judge me, be like, oh my god, my credentials are that I have lived in the greater Boston area for my entire life. There's Dunkin' Donuts attached to my train station. So, you know, greater Boston area. I'm well familiar with Dunkin'. So I feel like I am at liberty to say this. With my credentials, their business model sucks. Because, what do you mean if I order online through their app, that they can't give me a refund at the register, unlike Starbucks can. And I have to go online to talk to customer service. But customer service has been down. Their chat has been down for maintenance for over a month. So how are you gonna tell me and keep my money? And then, you know, I filled out my form. They're like, oh my god, you know, we can't do like online chats right now, but you know, fill out this form, we'll get back to you, blah blah blah. I haven't even gotten an acknowledgement about my first form. I'm like, it's only $5, realistically. But like, also, what do you mean that you're gonna, because their app stays the same no matter which store it is. So if something's out of stock, it's not translated properly, which is why I'm in this situation in the first place, because I've tried to order something and it's been out of stock every single time. So what the fuck? So again, their business model sucks. They need to get good. And I'm gonna go in with the Rhode Pocket Blush in the shade Sprinkle. I want that little warm, pinky coral kind of thing. I was originally thinking like a proper peach. And I don't know why, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna do a boop if you will. And it's really funny because I'm gonna go in with a Rare Beauty brush. But yeah, it's oi, and this brush feels wet every single time I use it and I have no clue why. But it's fine, everything's freaking fine. But yeah, so obviously haven't had a lot of time to do much of anything since I haven't had a real day off. So, and like, it's on me because I bullied my way back onto the schedule and I could have just taken my mid shift on Saturday and had New Year's Day off. But like, I don't like non-consecutive days off, if we're being honest here. Like, I work my schedule because it will give me, you know, these many days off in a row, and then I can fill that time doing literally anything else, especially because like in the summer, usually Sundays will be on the truck. Sometimes Tuesdays will be on the truck. Mondays, never on the truck, we just don't book things then. So, also, my company's a piece of shit, and they do not offer paid bereavement leave. Because I was talking about that with my manager. For some reason she brought up paid family medical leave. I'm like, no. She's like, oh, and she's like, is somebody sick? I'm like, well, she's dead. So she's like, oh, I'm like, it's fine. But I'm like, figure if I can get a few paid days off about it. Especially like when we start to clean out the house and stuff. I'm like, I don't wanna. So she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, my district manager didn't say anything back to the whole. She's like, she kind of sucks. I'm like, oh, you said, not me. She's like, oh, you can email these people. And I'm like, okay. So I emailed them, like, hey, I'm like, this is what's going on. I'm like, do we do paid bereavement leave? They're like, oh, you can spend your sick time and vacation time. I'm like, I haven't answered their email yet. Because if I do, I'm going to be like, oh, so the answer's no. Thanks. Like, yeah, I can use my freaking sick time and PTO for that. My manager will also approve sick time for anything. If I go, hey, I don't have enough PTO, I'm putting in sick time for my day off, and she'll be like, okay. She doesn't care. But like, do you know how shit of a company you need to be to not offer paid bereavement leave? Like, I was only working there 3 months and Target still paid mine out when my other grandmother died. Like, I was barely working there 3 months, and they're like, yeah. They're like, we got you. So, like, girl. So. And then, another new product. This is from Milani. This is the Baked Highlighter. I don't know if these are totally new or they were reformulated, but they're new. They're new. This is in the shade Dolce Perla. Somebody I follow was talking about this. Oosh, that's a lot of powder. Which is funny because it's a baked highlighter. It doesn't usually kick back like that. She's like, oh, I got mine on the Target app. And I'm like, I don't ever order enough, like, for delivery on Target to justify even thinking of this. And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, whatever. They were out in CVS the other day when I went, so I went, say less. So, I'm gonna do a little, I need to find I should spray my face with like scent spray. I don't know where my milk one is. If I break out, so be it. Just because the milk scent spray was a little, like, something was messed up with the cap. So the cap won't stay, so I think I threw it out. But I just wanted a little more dew to kind of get this to stick. There we go. Much better. There we go. Again, my skin's been, even with hydrating base products recently, it's just been a little too, my skin has kind of been sucking up all the moisture. So. And then for lips, I'm going to start off with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. Had to kiss off my lip balm just in case. Oh shit, I was going to use powder blush too. I think it looks fine for now. Like, I had everything pulled out, so I could do this too. Like I said, I also had every intention for this to be like a proper peach too. And I don't know why. I'm sorry, you know how I get when I do my lips. Ooh, that's what it was. So something about TikTok sounds do not translate well over to YouTube Shorts, because nobody on YouTube Shorts understands what joking or sarcasm is. I would like that to be known. Politely to all you little people on the screen, a lot of you don't know what sarcasm is. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Liner in Deep Taupe, but I posted a video from when I just re-dyed my hair, so like it was bright, it was fresh, and I had used a sound. It was like, everyone keeps asking me what I use to dye my hair. I am a natural blonde. And like, the lady who posted on TikTok was very obviously not a natural blonde. She was black. So everyone underneath that sound was using it to show off their very obviously not natural hair color. So I did that because this is very obviously not a natural tone of red. And nobody can get that through their mind. They're like, oh my god. They're like, that's not natural. They're like, you're lying. Your hair is darker in earlier videos. You have brown eyebrows. I'm like, excuse-moi? And like, girl. And again, it just, something doesn't translate. And like, again, I'm very obviously not a natural redhead. This is not a natural shade of red hair that anyone has ever had in the history of ever. So like, duh. I'm just gonna do a little blend in. Because I opened my YouTube app this morning to upload a different video, and it was like 9+ notifications. I'm like, yeah, because that one got 25,000 views, and I went, oh. Thankfully, some people in the comments were like, well, duh, she obviously doesn't have naturally red hair. Like, girl. And like, I always link the look to the video tutorial. So that one specifically would have been, I introduced myself, it's like, hi, I'm Mia, and I just redid my hair. And if it took 4 more seconds to watch it, it would have been like, oh, I just used Manic Panic. So girl. Also, one last piece of new makeup. This is from MAC. This is the Lustreglass lipstick in the shade Sellout. It's funny because it was described as a pinky nude, and this is a little peachy, so I feel like it would look, yeah, that's kind of peachy, which is fine, not complaining. Or is it kind of pinky? I can't tell, honestly. No clue. Like, I feel like I think I'm gaslighting myself. So I'm going to tap just the tiniest bit of sprinkle onto my lips, which is what I was originally gonna do, but then I went, no, I'm actually gonna use a lipstick. No, I think I was imagining things, because this is like the same color. Either way. Too late, I already invested. But I need to, ooh, I'm gonna, it was just looking a little in your face. But I need to go fix my bangs, and I should be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. I feel like something just looks off with my blush, like just something about the placement, which is funny because if I look in the mirror I look fine. But eyes came out so nice. I mean, I know I like the Cosmic Brushes formula because I have another palette from them, but sometimes I do forget about like how nice their shimmers actually are. Because again, even though it's not that I like a chunky glitter, but like I want my glitter to like, sometimes I want the little particles to like stand out a little from the base, but sometimes they just work. And like, and something about these palette tones, I love me a chartreuse. I'm gonna be so honest here, love a chartreuse. Don't know what it is, like I feel like I don't know what's going on with my blush today, really don't, but can't feel my fingers. Love that for me. So, but yeah,